Hey everyone, welcome back to FactSpire. Today we're diving into one of the most mysterious, misunderstood, and downright fascinating corners of the internet, the dark web. You've probably heard about it in movies or news headlines, whispers of shadowy marketplaces, hackers, and secret societies. But what's the real story? Buckle up because we're about to peel back the layers of this digital underworld. And trust me, it's not just about crime. It's a wild ride through science, history, human nature, and even the cosmos. Let's get started. First off, what even is the dark web? Picture the internet as an iceberg. The part you see, Google, YouTube, social media, that's the surface web. It's about 5% of the whole thing. Then there's the deep web, the stuff not indexed by search engines, like your email or bank account. That's 90% of the iceberg, hidden below the waterline. But the dark web? That's the murky, pitch-black bottom, a tiny sliver less than 1% deliberately cloaked from prying eyes. You can't just stumble onto it with Chrome or Safari. You need special tools, like a browser called Tor, which stands for the Onion Router. Why onions? Because it layers your connection through multiple encrypted nodes, peeling back anonymity one step at a time. It's like a digital game of hide and seek. And it's been around since the early 2000s, born from a US Navy project to protect military communications. That's right, the dark web's roots are government approved. Now, the dark web gets a bad rap, and yeah, there's some shady stuff down there. Markets like Silk Road, which popped up around 2011, made headlines selling everything from illegal drugs to fake money. Its founder, Ross Ulbricht, ran it like an eBay for the underworld until the FBI shut it down 2 years later. But here's the kicker. The dark web isn't just a criminal playground. It's also a lifeline. In countries where free speech is a death sentence, activists and journalists use it to dodge censorship and surveillance. Think about whistleblowers leaking secrets or citizens organizing under oppressive regimes. The same tech that hides a drug deal can shield a revolution. It's a double-edged sword, and that duality is what makes it so gripping. Let's zoom out for a second and talk science, because the dark web's tech has some mind-blowing parallels. Tor's encryption? It's built on principles of cryptography that date back centuries. Ever heard of the Enigma machine from World War II? That German cipher device scrambled messages so well it took geniuses like Alan Turing to crack it. Today's dark web uses similar concepts. Math so complex it's practically unbreakable without a supercomputer running for 1,000,000 years. And speaking of supercomputers, the dark web's anonymity tricks are being studied for quantum computing. Imagine a future where quantum encryption makes every online move untraceable. That's not sci-fi, it's a real possibility scientists are wrestling with right now. But let's rewind to history, because the dark web isn't the first secret network humans have built. Think about the Underground Railroad in the 1800s. Escaped slaves and abolitionists used coded messages, hidden routes, and safe houses to outsmart pursuers. No internet, sure, but the same vibe, a shadow system for survival. Or take the Silk Road, not the website, the ancient trade route from 2,000 years ago. It wasn't just silk and spices moving between Asia and Europe. Smugglers trafficked banned goods, secret societies swapped intel, all under the radar. The dark web's just the latest chapter in a very old story. Humans finding ways to operate in the shadows when the light's too harsh. Now, here's where it gets wild. Nature's got its own dark web. Seriously. Look at fungi, the mushroom kingdom. Underground, they form something called the mycorrhizal network. Miles of tiny threads connect tree roots, letting plants trade nutrients and warnings about pests. Scientists call it the wood wide web, and it's been around for hundreds of millions of years. Some trees even use it to sabotage rivals, sending toxins through the network. It's not a perfect analogy, but think about it. A hidden system, anonymous exchanges, thriving out of sight. Evolution beat us to the punch on this one. Let's shift gears to space. Because the dark web's got cosmic cousins too. Astronomers talk about dark matter, stuff we can't see, can't touch, but it's everywhere, holding galaxies together. We only know it's there because of how it bends light and gravity. Sound familiar? The dark web's like that. Invisible unless you know where to look, shaping the internet in ways we're still figuring out. And here's a crazy fact. Some hackers on the dark web have claimed they've tapped into restricted space agency data. Leaked UFO files, anyone? No hard proof, but the rumors alone are enough to make your imagination run wild. Back on Earth, technology's where the dark web really flexes. Ever wonder how Bitcoin fits in? It's the dark web's lifeblood. Launched in 2009 by the mysterious Satoshi Nakamoto, this digital currency runs on a blockchain, a ledger no one controls. On the dark web, it's king because it's tough to trace. A single Bitcoin's worth thousands now, but back in Silk Road's day, you could snag one for pocket change. Markets still use it or newer coins like Monero, which is even stealthier. Tech's moving so fast that law enforcement's playing catch-up, and that cat-and-mouse game is straight out of a thriller. But what about the people? Human psychology is the dark web's beating heart. Why do we even build places like this? Part of it's rebellion, sticking it to the system, part of it's fear, hiding from power, and part of it's just curiosity. Psychologists say we're wired for the forbidden. It's why we slow down at car wrecks or binge true crime podcasts. The dark web's a digital forbidden zone, and that pull is primal. Studies show anonymous spaces online, like the dark web or even old-school chat rooms, flip a switch in our brains. Without names or faces, we're bolder, riskier, sometimes darker. It's not always pretty, but it's human. Let's dig into some jaw-dropping corners of the dark web you won't find in headlines. Ever heard of red rooms? They're rumored to be live-stream torture shows where viewers pay to watch or even call the shots. Sounds like a horror movie, right? Most experts say they're urban legends too logistically tricky to pull off with Tor's slow speeds. But the myth persists, feeding off our worst fears. Then there's the Mariana's Web theory, a supposed ultra-deep layer of the dark web locked behind quantum codes, hiding humanity's biggest secrets. Aliens, time travel, you name it. Pure conspiracy? Probably. But it's the kind of story that keeps you up at night. On the flip side, there's beauty down there too. Artists sell uncensored work, paintings, music, books that get them jailed in their home countries. Scientists share banned research, like studies on psychedelics or climate data governments want buried. One site even hosts a digital library of rare manuscripts, scanned from crumbling pages in war zones. It's chaotic, messy, and sometimes noble, a reminder that dark web's not black and white. Let's talk hacks, because the dark web's a goldmine for them. In 2015, a group called the Impact Team breached Ashley Madison, a cheating site, and dumped user data on the dark web. Millions of names, emails, secrets exposed. The fallout was brutal. Divorces, suicides, blackmail. Or take the WannaCry ransomware from 2017. It locked up hospitals and businesses worldwide, demanding Bitcoin ransoms traced back to dark web wallets. Tech's a weapon here, and the stakes are sky high. But it's not invincible. Law enforcement's cracked some big cases. Operation Anonymous in 2014 took down dozens of dark websites in one swoop. The trick? Flaws in Tor's code, or snitches. Turns out even the dark web's got trust issues. And here's a fun fact. AI's joining the fight. Algorithms now scan patterns in blockchain transactions to sniff out illegal trades. It's a tech arms race, and we're all watching it unfold. So where's this all heading? The dark web's evolving. As AI gets smarter, so do the tools to hide or hunt. Virtual reality could take it 3D, letting users walk through digital black markets. And with space tech advancing, who knows? Maybe we'll see dark webs between planets someday. But at its core, it's about us, our ingenuity, our flaws, our need for secrets. It's a mirror reflecting the best and worst of what we can be. That's the dark web, folks. Not just a corner of the internet, but a tangle of science, history, nature, and the human mind. What do you think? Fascinating or freaky? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like button if you learned something wild, and subscribe for more deep dives. Until next time, stay curious and maybe a little cautious out there.